Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert. The following video will contain spoilers from the new motion picture Doctor Strange. Also, this video will be containing language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised. If you're offended by four-letter words or you don't want anything ruined for you for the movie, stop watching now. Hey guys, Dave here, and sporting my own eye of Agamotto. Or Agamotto. At this point, I'm too tired to get it right. You see, today I also had a very important court date I had to take care of. I'm not going into details right now, but hopefully everything should be okay. It just affects the rest of my life, that's all. At least a good chunk of it. Regardless, everything's fine, but I was so stressed out I didn't get any sleep at all last night. So I'm going on over 24 hours without sleep. Now, keeping this in mind, my judgment for the following movie may be skewed. It didn't grab me at first, just from the commercials, and they fucking ruined the fact that Eye of Agamotto is a container for one of the Infinity Stones. And if you take a look at the theme throughout the movie and the commercials, you will be very clear to see it's the goddamn Time Stone. It spoils it before you even get to see it, so that's something. Now, what do I think about the movie? Well, here's the fucked up thing. This movie is a movie smoothie. Basically, if you're watching this, you have seen this movie before. Tell me if this sounds familiar. A brilliant genius in his particular field, with facial hair, riding high on the top of the world, he's got money, everything's going for him, until an accident cripples him, and he ends up on a journey on the other part of the world in a remote place to find himself, to use the skills and knowledge he's acquired to make himself better, not only to help himself, but to help others. Sound familiar? Yeah, it should. It's fucking Iron Man. I mean, they even, with at one point when he gets the Eye of Agamotto and it opens up glowing, he even has a glowing source of power on his fucking chest like the arc reactor. You've seen this movie. Now granted, Benedict Cumberbatch, okay actor, definitely fun in Sherlock and other things, but he was more intimidating in Star Trek Into Darkness than he was to appropriately play Doctor Strange. He was as good as he could be, but like I said, you've seen this fucking movie before. You've seen elements just from the commercials. The Matrix, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Harry Potter. Hey, get this. They don't even explain what the fuck magic is in here. They just say it's drawing energy from other dimensions, and there's a multiverse out there. The Doctor Strange animated movie on DVD does a better job of explaining what the fuck they're doing. It's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Adjustment Bureau, Inception. All of these elements from all these different movies are in here. And now, I'll give you this. The special effects are fantastic. It is brilliant. It is psychedelic at times. It is trippy. And they really try to capture the elements of the old comic books. And although it does do some justice to with the effects, it still doesn't quite feel like a full Doctor Strange story. I mean, the bad guy, overall forgettable. He's just a pawn for Dormammu. Baron Mordo, one of his longtime enemies, turns out to be starting out as his friend. And then when he sees how things are going and the rules people are willing to break to fix the world, he doesn't want any part of it. So, and he has the worst fucking catchphrase ever. The bill comes due. Great, because that's exactly what happens when you have a studio focusing more on the CGI budget and big star power than actually giving a fuck about the characters and writing a good story. No. Now, I grew up on both Marvel and DC comics, so I like both. And as far as for Doctor Strange, I know my things around it. I know the Vishanti from the hoary host of Hogarth. I know my rings of Ragzador from my crimson bands of Sidorak. I know this. One of my favorite storylines involving the Doctor was with the core members of the Defenders: Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, Hulk, and Namor, the Submariner. After being manipulated by forces beyond their control to save the Earth, they went rogue for a while, and they essentially became Marvel's equivalent of the Authority called the Order. These guys were dangerous, they were scary, they were badass. And, I mean, I'm a big fan of that. It only lasted for like a 6-issue run, but it was heavy, man. So I know my Doctor Strange, I know my Marvel comics. Don't think I don't. Don't think I'm hating just on Marvel. I'm not liking the decisions that Marvel has done in recent times. And how they end up fighting Dormammu at the end is an interesting, cute little trick. But all the people that have ever wanted, Benedict to do like a crossover with Doctor Who and Wholock, he becomes a doctor of sorts. And because of the time stone in the Eye of Agamotto, he does some timey-wimey shit in here. So Doctor Who fans should be happy. But like I said, this movie is a movie smoothie. It gets all the ingredients and it tries to blend them together to make some kind of magic happen. And it tries to give a deeper meaning. But personally, other than the special effects, other than the wire fu, I mean, the combat scenes are just pretty basic. I'm not even kidding. The special effects are great for a high budget, but there's nothing really super special about this. This is Disney owning Marvel, trying to make their own Harry Potter franchise because they turn shit around. Instead of getting a full explanation of it, they also talk about that there are relics that have certain mystical power. The sling rings, for example. Two-finger pimp ring, basically, that allows for them to teleport anywhere they want by creating portals. And you know that this is going to be something that they're going to merchandise the shit out of for Marvel fans trying to get so they can cosplay this shit. I know I'm one to talk. At least this thing glows in the dark. But it's just disappointing because they're just trying to break it down to its basic components to try to make money off of it without a compelling story. And that just fucking sucks, man, because Doctor Strange deserves so much better. Oh, Wong is kind of good in here at first. He's effectively Drax the Destroyer, only with more of a potbelly. And the Cloak of Levitation has a personality. You might recognize him as the flying carpet from Aladdin. There are times the freaking thing defends Doctor Strange, helps him out in a fight, does some comedy moments, and fights alongside of him. Are you fucking kidding me? They gave the fucking Cloak of Levitation more personality than some of the characters in the fucking movie. It's insane, guys. I mean, the only thing missing was the cloak somehow saying, "I am Groot." I'm not even kidding! Oh, guys, I mean, it just hurts. We don't find out about the Infinity Stone until the very end of the movie. The after credits scene, we've got Doctor Strange talking to Thor about Loki and him are in New York trying to find Odin, and hopefully he'll get the hell out as soon as he can. At the very end, we also have a guy that he first told Strange about trying to heal himself by learning about the mystic stuff, but he channels that power to himself instead of helping other people. Well, Mordo's all pissed off and decides to take the magic from him and thinks that, okay, now his mission is to destroy sorcerers. It's visual. Like I said, you've seen this story before. You haven't seen it with this full level of effects in here. I'll give you that. But you have seen this movie. Worse yet, there are cut and paste storyline parts from other Marvel movies. I recognize stuff from Thor: The Dark World. I remember, scenes from Iron Man. There are familiarities in this thing. It tries to hit the mark. It really tries. But there's a reason this movie was not a summer blockbuster. Because it's not summertime, and it's not a blockbuster. Sorry. Look, I am exhausted. I understand this could be, skewing my judgment. That's fine. Go see it for yourself. Make up your own decision, and that's okay. But some of you out there are going to be saying, Dave, is this a good movie? Should I see it? Should I wait for it? Personally, I would wait. I mean, it was okay, but... Okay, the only real draw to go see it in the theater, see it in 3D, it does help to add the effect, although sometimes the way that that thing was cut, it's just... Sometimes it seemed like the 3D aspect was more distraction than a visual stimulation, especially some of the duller scenes. They try, but it was definitely, if you're going to see it in 3D, but caveat, try to go to the cheap seats. You'll be doing yourself a favor, trust me. I mean, so all in all, while they try to go into magic and the multiverse of Marvel, it just means that this is not the reality where Doctor Strange is going to become as big a blockbuster as the Avengers or even some of the solo Marvel movies with the other heroes. Just my opinion, guys, and I'm trying to warn you. So, it's visually great, but the rest of it, not fantastic. So, I mean, this was the Green Lantern of the Marvel Studios movies, in my opinion. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So, what did you guys think? Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go get dinner and fall into a coma. Bye.